Prophets not mentioned in the Bible. The history of Noah in the Holy Quran is generally followed when a chronological order is observed by the history of the prophet Hud, who was sent to the tribe of Ad. Hud and some other prophets spoken of in the Holy Quran find no mention in the Bible, and they are all dealt with in this chapter without keeping in view the chronological order of their appearance. The tribe of Ad lived in the desert of Al-Ahqaf. See Surah 46, ayat 21, extending from Oman to Hadramaut in the south of Arabia. The tribe takes its name from Ad, the grandson of Aram, the grandson of Noah, and is sometimes called the first Ad. Surah 53:50. As distinguished from this tribe of Thamud, which is called the second Ad, it was a powerful tribe, as the inscriptions now discovered shows, and probably had spread far and wide. The prophet Hud is not mentioned in the Bible, nor the prophet Salih, who was sent to the tribe of Thamud, which is often mentioned along with Ad, though territorially separated from it. Thamud lived in Al-Hijr, see Surah 15, ayat 80, to the north of Medina. The only important things mentioned about Ad are that they were successors of Noah's people, Surah 7:69, that they made lofty building. The words thus translated may also signify that they were men of tall statures, being the most powerful nation of their day, Surah 89, 7 and 8, the like of which were not created in other cities, and that they were destroyed by a strong wind, see Surah 69, 6 and 7, 54, 19 as well. About Thamud, we are told that they hewed out houses in the mountains, see Surah 7, at 74, traces of these rock habitations being still met with in the Holy Prophet's time, see Surah 27, 52, and that they were destroyed by an earthquake, see Surah 27, 52, 7, 78. There is a mention of a she-camel which was given to them as a sign, they being warned that if they slew the she-camel, punishment would overtake them. The many legends about this she-camel are not met with in the Quran, and the facts seem to be that they had laid a plan for the murder of their prophet. See Surah 27, 48 and 49. Perhaps by killing the camel, they wished to do it indirectly. And the slaying of the she-camel was a sign that they were about to execute their final plan against Salih himself. And yeah, it could be making things difficult along the way, because some people, when they execute their plans, they want to, they often fail because they're, doing stuff along the way to... A few quotations relating to the preaching of these prophets are given below to show that every prophet whom God sent aimed at establishing righteousness in the earth, and his opponents were destroyed because of their wickedness. Surah 7, 65 through 69 says, "And to Ad we sent their brother Hud. He said, 'O my people, serve Allah, and you have no other God than Him. Will you not, then, guard against evil? I deliver to you the messages of my Lord, and I am a faithful advisor to you. And remember when He made you successors after Noah's people, and increased you in excellence of make. So, remember the bounties of Allah, that you may be successful.'" 7, 73 and 74 says, "And to Thamud we sent their brother Salih. He said, 'O my people, serve Allah, you have no other God than Him. Clear proof has indeed come to you from your Lord. And remember when He made you successors after Ad, and settled you in the land. You make mansions on its plains, and hew out houses in the mountains, to remember Allah's bounties, and act not corruptly in the land, making mischief. These are not the only prophets mentioned in the Quran, about whom the Bible is silent. The Quran speaks of a prophet of the name of Luqman, see Surah 31, ayat 13. Some animal, I can't quite see it yet. These are not the only prophets mentioned in the Quran, about whom the Bible is silent. The Quran speaks of a prophet of the name of Luqman. I was looking to see what the sound was. 31. The Quran speaks of a prophet of the name of Luqman, who seems to have been an Ethiopian. His teachings are quoted, especially laying stress on humility and meekness, to point out that the teaching of humility is not the monopoly of one prophet or of one nation. And when Luqman said to his son, while he admonished him, "O my son, ascribe no partner to Allah. O my son, even if it be the weight of a grain of mustard seed, even though it be in a rock, or in the heaven, or in the earth, Allah will bring it forth. ... O my son, keep up prayer and enjoin the good, and forbid evil, and bear patiently that which befalls thee. Surely this is an affair of great resolution, and turn not thy face away from people in contempt, nor go about in the land exultingly." See Surah 31, ayat 13 through 18. It also speaks of a non-Israelite prophet who was contemporaneous with Moses, and to whom Moses went in search of knowledge. He is spoken of thus: "Then they found one of our servants, whom we had granted mercy from us, and whom we had taught knowledge from ourselves." See Surah 18, 65. This prophet is spoken of as living at the junction of the two Niles, i.e. Khartoum, Surah 1860. This is to show that every nation had a prophet. Again, the Holy Quran speaks of Dhul Qarnayn in terms showing that he too was a prophet. See Surah 18, ayat 83 through 98. The word Dhul Qarnayn literally means the two-horned, and he is called in reference to the two-horned ram of Daniel's vision, Daniel 8:3, which that prophet interpreted as the kingdoms of Medina and Persia, which were combined into a single kingdom under one ruler, Cyrus, who is erroneously called Darius in the Bible, Encyclopedia Biblica, and Jewish Encyclopedia Art Darius. The articles Darius. That the two-horned ram of Daniel's vision is the king of Media and Persia is made plain in Daniel's book, where the interpretation of the dream is given in the following words, Daniel 8:20. "The ram which thou sawest having two horns are the kings of Media and Persia." According to the Holy Quran, Dhul Qarnayn undertook 3 journeys, evidently with the object of strengthening the frontiers of his empire, so he followed a course, until when he reached the setting place of the sun, he found it going down into a black sea. Then he followed another course until when he reached a place between the two mountains, he found on that side of them people who could hardly understand a word. So he followed a course to understand a word. Surah 18, 85 to 93. Here he was asked to build a barrier against the attacks of the tribes called Gog and Magog, Juj wa Majuj, Sakyas, I'm sure other language terms, right? The two mountains are the mountains of Armenia and Azerbaijan. The people living beyond them spoke a different language and could not understand the Iranian language. According to the Jewish Encyclopedia, Darius was the organizer of the Persian Empire. His conquests served to round out the boundaries of his realm in Armenia and the Caucasus and India, and along the Turanian steppes and the high lands of Central Asia. And further, Darius, in his inscriptions, appears as a fervent believer in the true religion of Zoroaster. Cyrus was given the name Dhul Qarnayn, actually, so... and I don't know, we could say that Cyrus was a prophet. Messiah, perhaps. He was called a Messiah, but not all Messiahs are prophets. according to the Holy Quran, he is granted the gift of prophecy. For, after making the Great Barrier, which stopped the onrushes of Gog and Magog, you know, the people from the steppes of Asia, he said, this author thinks that the Teutonic races, but the Slavic races and the, you know, Mongolians and that sort of thing. Because Russia, if it doesn't really go much further than the other side of Russia, Moscow and stuff. He says this is from 1898. He says, "This is a mercy from my Lord, but when the promise of my Lord comes to pass, he will crumble it, and the promise of my Lord is ever true." This prophecy is immediately followed by mention of latter-day conflicts of Gog and Magog, which were to follow their predominance in the world. Thus, it is added on that Surah 1899, "And on that day we shall let some of them surge against others." The prevalence of Gog and Magog over the whole world is spoken of in the following words elsewhere, until when Gog and Magog are let loose, they sally forth from every elevated place. 2196. So not Middle Earth people of the steppes of north of Persia. The words signify they're taking possession of every position of advantage and every place of eminence. In other words, they're overcoming the whole world, while the north of Persian kind of blocks the Persians from, you know. But they would ride down in from that northern spot of